in the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years so you can say you got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the crown. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. We're leaving the kings of all crowns. Are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, y'all, keep it flow. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Ready, set, steady, bang. Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all, keep it flow. Are you ready?
Okay, Coach. Florida without this, a heavy tropical rainstorm coming down just prior to kickoff here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. With the echoes of cannon blast still ringing in our ears from the north end zone, the Bucs were introduced a moment ago, and they are all set as their guys will do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. Set to go now on a wet and rainy afternoon. And off we go from Tampa. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Ready, blue ready. Mike 54, Mike 54. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up. Wait.
This is Peyton Barber. He led them in rushing a season ago. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Fred Warner coming off a strong rookie year in on the stop for the Niners.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense. Check 26, check 26.
On play action, Winston. Dancing to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Nick Bosa brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Winston. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Here comes Pettis on the return. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Here we go. 180. Mike 45. Check.
Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 18 yards, first down Niners. Matt Breida out of Georgia Southern now in his third year in a 49er uniform. He was tough to keep off the field last year. Very good yards per carry. 5.3 on 153 attempts. Good for over 800 yards rushing. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Sets him up nicely. First and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Jerick McKinnon, 2 years in the making, gets his first 49er carry. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on second and goal. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Big stop.
To throw is Winston. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now Winston steps away to his left. Airing this one out for Evans. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. On the return is Pettis. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up to score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Come on out here. Come get some.
Garoppolo on 1st down. Deep ball for Goodwin. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say.
Here we go.
Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. Here's the correct call.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Here we go. 180!
In your face.
21. Check this.
Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Garoppolo on the draw to Coleman. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Yeah, let's go second.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. JPP cruising in for the sack that time.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here?
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football.
I have to believe that if you're the team trying to block a field goal, you don't mind this weather. All right, the rain probably is going to help you because so many things can go wrong for the guys trying to kick the ball. It's as simple as maybe you just lose your footing. You kind of spin out like a tire in the snow, not getting traction, and you create a space and someone comes through.
And I think for everybody, snapper, holder, kicker, everything slows down maybe a fraction of a second. And a fraction of a second and a field goal try, that can be all the difference.
I love how you describe that. Everything slows down, but it's a deliberate slowdown, isn't it?
Yep.
Because everyone's trying to be more careful and more deliberate to make sure it's executed.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
At the 30-yard line.
Now it's a bootleg with Winston. Flush to his right. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage.
Ready.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. From the gun, Winston. This goes to Barber, the running back. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And that was some effort, but it would appear that he's going to come up about a yard short. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Now this is fielded in the end zone. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Niners will take over at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Switch. 11.
Pilot, 64, weak.
45, Mike. 45.
Garoppolo looks to throw. Catch is made by Hurd. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Now, this series between the 49ers and the Bucs began back in 1977 in Tampa Bay's second year in the NFL. It's been a series that the 49ers have dominated, 17-7 overall, although Tampa has won the last 2 meetings. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And he couldn't hang on. Almost an interception there defensively. Instead, it brings up fourth.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. On now is the 27-year-old rookie, Mitch Wisnowski, to punt, standing just outside his own goal line. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And taken right at the 35. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over.
Ready. White 25. Mike 5-4.
Barber on 1st and 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Winston. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Slam, slam. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill.
On 3rd down, Winston. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
But he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Past the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. And that is obviously the danger, Charles, of a long field goal attempt.
And what teams are doing now is not just putting their field goal block unit on. They may change it out and go punt return because you have better guys on the field who are able to stay on their feet and block in case that kick is missed. And that's what we saw there. The big return after the long missed field goal.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
He'll rifle this one deep right side, and that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
To throw again on second down, Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards the pickup there. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. This is caught. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jimmy Garoppolo with his second touchdown pass of this first half. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 19-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
So that's back-to-back drives. And ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
No room to be had there on the first down run, as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. And Ndamukong Suh makes the tackle. Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. He'll let this one go. Deep left sideline. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. George Kittle, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended receiver. And it's third down.
And 10 yards to go.
Here we go.
Check 45 to Mike.
11.
45 to Mike. Yep.
One, Omaha. I got this.
Rush in.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Garoppolo to Goodwin there for a 49er first.
First down, 49ers.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's see what you got. Check 4.
21. 65.
45, Mike, 45.
Hey, Alpha.
I'm going to come back to you. 45.
Hey, gun.
Mike, 45. You remember me? Let's go, baby. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Watch the edge.
13.
Garoppolo. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Credit the sack to Vita Vea.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget.
Here
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Tight right, tight right. 4 down, 4 down. Check.
Wait.
Switch.
There's Garoppolo to throw. His throw incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis. 3rd down here. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The former first-round pick, Vernon Hargreaves, the one who was there defensively. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. Jameis to throw it. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Garoppolo now, first down throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And he fires one incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the 2nd half. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Garoppolo shakes off the sack. Escaping the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jason Pierre-Paul able to finally wrestle him down for what's just going to be a huge loss, and it takes us to 4th down as well. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. It It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. On 2nd down, Barber. And shutting him off, now open field. 20. And he's finally out of bounds, but he's taken it all the way down to the 8. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some 1st downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Here we go. 180. 45. White. 25. Check 25. Check 25. Check 9. I got you.
Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll go as a 1st down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
1st down, San Francisco.
Here we go. 180. There's a corner now. And 45 the mark. We own it.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Here we go.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43.
We got to step it up. Tight.
Lock.
Now Garoppolo on the bootleg. Got a man, that's Richie James. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
A gain of 19 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Levante David, the Bucs' leading tackler, 6 of the last 7 years in there to make the stop.
At the Buccaneers' 24-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check 43. Out.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
12, fellas, here we go.
He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down.
Jump. Tight dog.
21.
45 is the mic. Here we go.
Hey, gun.
Blind motion.
On 1st down, here's Breida. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
They're not ready for this, man.
I got this.
Let's get playing something. Y'all playing
1, Omaha.
45 the mic.
Hey, exit.
Back and go full strength.
To throw is Garoppolo. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Ndamukong Suh with a sack. We've seen that a ton since he entered the league in 2010. Back now in Tampa. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by the rookie linebacker from LSU, Devin White. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Running is Barber. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Winston. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Has several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Play fake. Winston. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Jason Verrett, he'll get the sack as he provides the heat off the corner.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Here's Bradley Pinion now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Fielded just inside the 30. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. Touchdown, 49ers. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Play action now. Winston. Forced out to his left. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
First down, they go with Barber again. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 more there and another first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Here's Winston. Over the middle to Evans. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Mike Evans. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bucs are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. It's a foot race. The 40. The 20. 10. 5. Touchdown. 49ers. He goes 95 yards to the house on the kick return. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with it? And the Niners get there and bring him down. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
15 yards and leads to third down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they...
Accelerating, and off he goes. Past the 20, 10, and he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Peyton Barber, 66 yards. And the Bucs are able to cut in now to that deficit.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a two-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a two-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 36 yards on the play. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you take a big off for a little, and oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
Here we go, here we go.
Second and 12.
Get in the way.
At the 38-yard line.
Hey, check Mike.
Oh, Garoppolo's going to throw it. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So the victory here for San Francisco. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for San Francisco, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
all she needs. Tell me what you wanna give, how much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver, I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. I'ma tell the wrist I was never at the hit. I would never get the off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Take your eyes off me, don't want to see me when I'm gone. Moral of the story was you're wrong. Everything I gave and everything I lost. Good things come at a cost. I left it on your head, and when you ever overstay it, your spots are never everything you wanted when you want. I'ma take it in the head with the signs of the distort. I'ma leave it on the side. You on the Christ when the breath on this set. Let me speak on behalf of the dead. I'ma leave, I'ma speak. I'm the sick in the head. Come on, come on. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Tell the wrist I was never at the hit. I would never get the off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Yeah. 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 Hey. Yeah. Let's go. Hey. Yeah. Move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. I score up in the end zone, do my dance all on a hater. A mover and a shaker, you a novice, I'm a player. I'm from DC, but I'm running through and sacking like a raider. 2 chains on my neck, one for now and one for later. And we don't play fair, baby, we play for keeps. You can pass me up, this is not a bye week. I'm looking for a trophy competition, looking steep. Yeah, I'm training, I've been focused, I've been bombing from the deep. I'm like, move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. Move the needle for the city like the championships. All my records go hard, this a champion hit. I've been working for this moment like I've been in the gym. Jumping all over hurdles, I'm evading the pit. Get to here with anybody, take them, I can shake them. I invite them to the fire, then I bake them, I'ma break them. I'm a Hall of Fame legend, they should go and hang my jersey. Made to put in work, I don't think they really heard me like. Move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. Ain't no stopping me, ain't no topping me, I am up.